very special guest here on the podcast today. I want you to do the honors of, introducing yourself to the listeners.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Crystal Perkins. I'm the owner of Perkins Marketing, the six-figure online platform where we teach business owners how to market their business, build their business, and everything in between. Do you want me to tell my backstory or just kind of introduce myself?
I'll introduce yourself. We're going to get into that. So you are someone that I really, really have followed very closely. I'm a big fan of everything you're doing. You know how much you helped me. Even without even, me asking, so I'm very appreciative of that. I've scheduled a consultation with you before. I've been enrolled in one of your courses because what you're doing is amazing. I think everybody should really, look out for it and listen to what you have to offer.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You've helped me a lot too.
Oh, yeah, no. So what I want to do is I kind of want to, take it back to when you first started your business. Like, were you currently working?
Mm-hmm. So I was actually working at Ulta Beauty. I'm sure they have that where you are, right? Ulta. Yeah. Okay. So I was working at Ulta because I actually wanted to be an esthetician. So I wanted to offer like facials, lash extensions, microbladed eyebrows, like tattooed eyebrows, all that stuff, because that's like a huge field, like to get into is very profitable. So I was working at Ulta and going to school to be an esthetician before I started my business.
Now, was there something that kind of specifically led you to your business? Like that kind of clicked in your head to say, you know what, I think I should really get into marketing.
No, not in the beginning, only because in the beginning, I really only started drop shipping because I seen how much money was in it. I wasn't really too concerned about like the marketing aspect. I really didn't even know that I was like doing marketing. I didn't understand what I was doing because I was so focused on like Ulta and like aesthetics and everything. And then like I started a Shopify store. I put some products on there and I started running some Facebook ads and it just worked for me. Like it worked. And I was like, okay, so maybe I am good at like advertising and like marketing. And then trust me, in the beginning, I wasn't as good as I am now, but yeah, it just kind of flowed that way. I didn't even realize I was good at marketing until I started like trying to advertise my store.
Okay, so for the listeners who don't, know what drop shipping means, what is drop shipping exactly?
So drop shipping means you don't have any inventory. So for instance, the t-shirt you're wearing right now, if you wanted us to be able to buy that t-shirt, but you didn't necessarily want to ship it or have like boxes of t-shirts, in inventory or anything like that, there's sites like Printful, Printify, Gooten, and what they'll do is you will get us to buy the shirts from you. So say you priced it at like $27 to $30. We'll pay you the $30 for the t-shirt. You'll pay Printful $8 for the t-shirt, and then they'll print the t-shirt, package it, put your packaging on it, label, and send it for you. So they'll ship it for you and you don't have to do it yourself. So that's what drop shipping is. It's like you get the sales, it's your business, but you don't ship anything. You have a team and a vendor who does it for you. Amazing.
Yeah, it sounds amazing. It's something that I'm looking to do. It's something that I'm looking to do. And I see more people talk about doing it. I just see you're one of the people who do it very well, to be honest. You do it very well. So for the people who are looking to not just drop ship, but to market their business, what are some tips that you have for them?
Whew, I have a lot. I'm like, my brain just went crazy. So it really depends on where you are with your business. Like if you're in the beginning stages, for example, I would say start building your social media presence. So you need to, start building your Instagram, start building your Twitter, because, we pretty much get a lot more on Twitter than Instagram, but start building your Twitter, even posting on YouTube. You mentioned that you wanted to post this on YouTube, and you really just have to build your presence and get what's called organic traffic, which is what we do right now. Like on Twitter, like if you post the link to your course and somebody purchases it, that's organic traffic. You didn't have to buy an ad or, create anything for it. So you need to do that first. So people need to know who you are. You need to build your online presence, and then you can move on to creating those Instagram ads that you see on your timeline or creating those Facebook ads that you see on your timeline. So I like to tell people before you jump headfirst into marketing, you need to build your brand, build your story. People need to know who you are. And then go over to Facebook, get familiar with the business manager, Facebook pixel. All these are keywords, you guys. Facebook pixel, and then start getting to know your campaign, your ad set, your ads, and then just kind of go from there and retarget your organic traffic.
Okay, so later on, I want to talk about the difference between marketing and branding, because I know people kind of confuse the two. Mm-hmm. So just to take it back to, so you started with drop shipping. Now, how soon after you started, doing drop shipping, did you leave your job to take on, your business full time?
I'm gonna let you know. I hate this question for one reason, is because I left within a week. And that's not a normal story. Like, people don't normally start a business one day and the next weekend they've made $7,000. So that's kind of what happened with me. Is I found my first product that I ever posted was a winning product. I don't know how I got that lucky, but I did, and I posted it. So when I posted that product, I made $6,500 to $7,000 that first week that I had it up. So I was able to quit my job. I mean, I was working at Ulta. I was making $200 a week. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. They pay $8.50 an hour. Like, it's really not. It's a kind of job that builds you up. Like, I needed it for my resume pretty much to get the job at Mac, who paid the good money. So I left early. I left the same week. So it took off pretty fast.
And I think that that's kind of important though to say, because even though most people probably not gonna make $7,000 in a week and quit their job, for me, I quit my job on the spot. Yes. I didn't give, like, I moved to Philadelphia. Like, I'm originally from upstate New York, so I knew that if I wanted to be successful, that I needed to leave where I was at. And I knew that if I waited to move, then I wouldn't do it. So I just quit my job on the spot. Mm-hmm. I had money saved up and drove to Philly the next day. I promise you. I moved in with a friend, immediately started my vending machine business. Mm-hmm. It took me 2 months to get my first location, but like, that was my story, So while like you quit a week later, I quit on the spot, It took me 4 to 6 months to start making money. It took you a week. Right. But somebody's going to be able to listen and find their own little thing in there. Like, and that's the beauty of being an entrepreneur is, we all have different stories. Some of us probably blossom sooner, some probably blossom later. Mm-hmm. So that's crazy that it happened for you like that. Mm-hmm. So you didn't know what, that you were marketing. You may started making, you made $7,000 off of your first product. Now, how did you keep promoting that one product, or did you start expanding with the products you were selling?
I started to expand. So I kind of built my store around that product. So it was in the beauty niche. So it was really easy for me to just add more beauty products because there's so many available, lashes, makeup brushes. At that time, oval brushes, I don't know if you even know what that is, but like oval makeup brushes, you remember those little, like, and they look they don't work. But yeah, like those were very, very popular. So that happened to be one of my best products. But I just built it around that. So like having the oval brushes, you can add something like lashes or, something like sponges, anything that's on AliExpress, those little, just all the stuff that they buy, little spoolies and stuff. So I just built my brand around that and just stayed in the beauty niche because my first beauty product really took off for me.
So are you still primarily selling beauty things, or have you expanded further than that?
I sell mostly beauty. The thing is with drop shipping on Shopify, because there are different places like eBay and Amazon, which is totally different than this. So Shopify requires more work. So you have to actually build a brand. Like, you can't just, throw a bunch of products in a store and just, like, you can, but you need to brand it like correctly. Like, if you're going to create a store that has fitness products and beauty products and electronics and kids products and pet products, like, you need to make it more of like a Walmart, like Amazon kind of, storefront with like an Instagram that has all the products, and like make it more like Walmart friendly, like user friendly, Amazon friendly. But if you're going to like niche down, it's a lot better because your audience is always the same. Like someone who's interested in pet might not be interested in baby. But if I have 2 beauty products and I know that you're interested in one, you're most likely going to be interested in the other beauty product. So it's really important to niche down and like brand yourself when it comes to Shopify. Because I have sold pet products, I have sold children's products, I've sold fitness products, but it's up and down. Beauty is always like consistent for me. For sure.
Yeah, it's a big industry.
Yeah.
We love to look pretty and feel pretty. So it's I can see that, and it's very smart of you. Like you said, you take one product, you sell that, and then you add another one because more than likely you're gonna need it. That's kind of like with anything.
It makes more people add more products to cart, and then also when you're selling, when you niche down like that and you're focused on one brand, you need to kind of have a little bit of passion behind it. Like you wouldn't want to sell lashes. Now I do want to sell lashes. Like I don't really want to sell, anything computer related or iPhone chargers or iPhone cases or anything. You might be more into that. Like a lot of men who work with me, they like to do like fitness or like electronics. So it's like you kind of want to have a little bit of an idea on what you're working on, just so you don't get bored. Because like you said, it can take a while for you to see success. You don't want to like lose interest in what you're doing and completely not understand it. So I understand beauty, laser hair removal, all that stuff, lashes. That's my field. I'm good, and I don't get bored with it either.
In Shopify, that's an online site where people pretty much do most of their drop shipping.
Right, correct. It was more for drop shipping because of the apps and stuff. Like they have like the upsell apps or like the buy one, get one free. A lot of things are like meant to increase conversions and increase like sales for drop shipping and like sales for print on demand. That's another word for drop shipping, is like print on demand. So yeah, that's pretty much what Shopify is for. But then Kylie also uses it. I'm not sure if like Rihanna does. She might, but a lot of the top like stores, like online stores, are on Shopify, and you just don't realize it. They're using Shopify though. It's popular.
So now we get to the part where the complaints come in, because I know, as far as someone's package not coming when they're inspected, and they have a lot of complaints. How do you deal with that part of the business?
Communicate. You have to communicate, and you have to be clear with how your business is ran. And that's not only with drop shipping. As you like, a lot of people we follow on Twitter, you see they make products themselves. So it's the same thing. There's a long processing time. You're not going to get it tomorrow or next week. It's not Amazon. So what you have to do is in your description of your product, you need to be clear on your processing times. On your store, you need to have a shipping policy, privacy policy. Be very clear about your processing times and your shipping times. Because when people see, okay, this product can take 3 to 4 weeks to deliver, or 2 to 3 weeks to deliver, they know that, they agree to that, and they're not going to really complain. And then if they do complain, you always respond. Don't ever ignore your customers. Don't ever leave your clients in the dark, because that leads to chargebacks and disputes. So you need to let them know. Even if you haven't shipped their product, or the product hasn't shipped, let them know that it's being processed. Let them know that once it's processed, I promise you will receive another email with an update with a tracking number. You can refund shipping. So it's just really about put yourself in your customer's shoes. If you bought something online and you didn't get it yet and you didn't know what was going on, what would you do? You're going to call your bank. So just treat them how you would want to be treated, and just like put yourself in the consumer's shoes, and then communicate with them, and you'll be fine. You're still going to have those people. There's still going to be some rude people out there. You just got to have tough skin and hire someone to help you.
All right. So now you got the drop shipping up and running. You're doing pretty well with that. At what point did you start transitioning to, marketing? Because I see your stuff on Facebook. I see it on Instagram, and your marketing is amazing, to be honest.
Thank you.
And I definitely aspire to get it to be that well. We talk sometimes about marketing my vending machine business even better. So at what point did you all right, it's time for me to start marketing, to take this serious, to expand, to pay for this here or do this here? Like, what moment did that happen?
So when I first started making money, This is so funny too. So did you see the whole send $100 to make $800 thing that was going around just now? That was actually going on when I started my business. So I would go live and just like talk about it, because I'm like, y'all, stop doing these like little Ponzi schemes or pyramid schemes or whatever. You can drop ship, and like, I wasn't charging at the time though. I was just drop shipping. I didn't have courses or anything. So like, I was like, guys, you don't have to do this. Like, stop doing that. It's fake. Like, you're going to get chargebacks. Like, they're going to dispute it if they don't get their money. And I would be on live. And back then I was a little more, I don't even know the word to use, but I had a lot of money in my hand when I was on live, and I was like flashing, and I'm like, guys, it's real. Like, I had like $4,500 in my hand. For what reason? I do not know. But I'm just like, y'all, look, like, I really make this money like every week. I make this money every day, da, 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 da. And like, so many people hit me up and they're like, how much for you to teach me? And like, I was charging them $1,000, and I'm like, cause I would teach them like everything from beginning to end. So like, I would charge $1,000. They would just like cash at me, and I would teach them like one-on-one. I didn't have videos or anything like that. But then it started getting like overwhelming to teach them, like physically teach them like one-on-one. And then like some people weren't getting it. And then like, I didn't know how to share my screen. So I was like, okay, it's really time to take this serious, sit down, get a mic, get a nice computer, record some videos, and like upload a course. And then that's where Perkins Marketing came from, because then I like registered my business. I opened a business bank account. I bought my domain. I paid a web developer on Fiverr.com. I think I told you about Fiverr a little bit. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I found a web developer on there actually, and she wasn't that expensive. And she created my website to where I could have my products and have my courses, and it just fell together like that. And it got overwhelming to try to teach people one-on-one. So that's where like the marketing business came from. And then people would ask me questions like, okay, well, you do Facebook ads for drop shipping. Can you do that for like, let's say a vending machine business or like a lash tech? And I'm like, yeah, you can do it for anything. So then that's when I realized like, okay, so this isn't just for drop shipping. This is for everybody. This is for all businesses. So then that's when like drop shipping kind of separated from advertising, and my Facebook ads course came. And then people are like, well, what's the difference between Instagram ads and Facebook ads? I'm like, okay, here comes another course, like Instagram ads. And they're like, well, how do I start a t-shirt business? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna create another course for you guys really quick. And then here we are with all these courses now and my monthly membership. And that's just kind of how it came, because at first it was just kind of like, DM me for more information back in 2016, cash at me. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, I look at my Venmo sometimes. I'm like, you really were taking payments from strangers in your DMs. Like, what? That is so unprofessional. But those people actually still work with me to this day. And they have like accounts on my site now. And like, they're in the Facebook group, and they see how far I've grown. And they're like, wow, like, it's crazy because I cash apped you for my course, but they get to go on the website. I'm like,
yeah, that's so funny. That's similar to me as far as like, my vending machine business. I had that. I had no idea about, doing courses, right. Consultation, nothing. Mm-hmm. I was just some guy who went viral for my business, and everybody was asking me questions, and I'm answering it. To the point where I would go hours of just answering questions on the timeline, forgetting that I needed to eat, like, cause I'm just answering. And then I didn't know that people didn't know about the business. I didn't know that. I had no idea, cause it was so regular to me. Mm-hmm. And then I didn't know that that I can teach a class to help people. Mm-hmm. And for me, I was nervous to do that. I'm like, man, I'm gonna charge people for it, but seeing all of the feedback, everyone who started their own vending machine business has been crazy, something I never anticipated. So I started to like, I need to be more professional with this side, because my vending machine business is this, and my online stuff is starting to take off. And then that's where, someone like you come in, where I'm like, all right, this looks good. Website looks great. The ads look great. What she's, promoting looks great. I need to talk to her. and yeah, definitely. Did you feel that, like, initially, like, feeling like, man, like, am I going to be able to sell this course, to get people to really, buy in? Like, what if they don't learn? What if they don't do good? Like, did you experience that? Because I definitely did.
Yes, I still feel that now. Like I have, because, like with my eBay course, that's $100, or, I'll run a sale, it's $50. That's not that huge of an investment, but I do have, coaching calls that are like $250, or a course that's $1,500 that I had someone sign up for. And like, in the back of your mind, you're just like, okay, well, if they don't get this, then they're going to be mad. Or if they don't make this, they're going to be mad. And it's like, it's very nerve-wracking. Like, it's overwhelming. Like, I'm like, but yeah, fortunately, people do make money, and they do actually, love the courses, or they do grow on Instagram. Or someone's actually DM'd me today and was like, your Facebook ads courses taught me so much that I didn't know. So like, it's just like those little confirmations, like even like when people post like they got vending machines, that like really helps. But yeah, I still wake up and, oh my God, I'm so sorry if you hear a puppy. I'm trying to wait for him to be quiet. But no, that happens all the time. And then some days, I even wake up and I'm like, what can I post today to make people want to actually enroll, or make people want to come to my Zoom meeting? Like that's a daily thing. That's like a daily of like, okay, what do I do today? Like if you don't plan it, I don't know what to do. Like
that's me, because it's a part of business now. Sometimes what I tweet and things like that is kind of important, and I started off, like you said, being transparent. So people buy into that.
Exactly.
And sometimes like I'm, scaling back on that level of transparency, because, you just want to be a little more professional. So now, we're going to shift it to branding and marketing, because some people confuse the two. I know I did until I started to really learn about branding. So just touch on what branding is from your perspective.
So branding to me is just kind of building, your business. So it's like getting your business name, like getting your LLC, opening your business account so you can differentiate between like revenue and profit, getting your logo, your website, your domain for sure, because you want to get your name out there. So branding is really more about your name, like getting the name of your business in front of as many people as you possibly can. And then also doing it in a professional way, like, making yourself look good, not doing too much. So I would definitely say like working on your website, your logo, and then your online presence, like your Instagram page, brand ambassadors, affiliates, definitely some affiliates. I think that's pretty much it that I can think of right now between like branding and marketing. Well, you just said branding. Never mind. I'm like going to marketing.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. Cause, that's one thing people ask me, about, my business. Like, what should I do? Should I do this or that? And, well, how did you grow? And I tell them a big part of it is my branding, because most companies, businesses, when they look at getting vending machine services, they're looking for a company that looks like they're a good company. And like you said, I have my website, my domain name, my logo. I have a business name. When they call, I have a business phone line, so they think they're calling the office. And really, it's just me all by myself. But they think that I'm a big business, even now till I purchased a van and put my logo and everything around the van. So when I pull up, I'm not pulling up in my Nissan that I used to drive to my locations. So, and then the stickers on my machine. So when people say, oh my God, I seen this machine here, and then they at another place, they see my machine there because they have that sticker. And that's the one thing I always tell people is brand yourself. Yes. Have your branding set so they see it, and then how much they see it is where the marketing part comes in. So I mean, you pretty much touched on what marketing pretty much is. But what is the misconception of what people think marketing is? Or, they thought they might have been marketing, but they wasn't.
Well, marketing can be a lot of different things. I feel like a lot of people think they have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on marketing when that's really not the case. Because even like marketing yourself, like when we get on Twitter and we talk about like anything, like today I was just talking about people, when you respond to emails, like just always end the conversation on a good note. Like, it's just like marketing can be so many different things. It doesn't always have to be paid marketing. Like there's organic marketing too. Like you can promote yourself, like posting a picture on Instagram with a long caption is marketing. Sending an email to all the people who sign up to your email list is marketing. But then there's the paid marketing too, like, you know, creating a Facebook ad or Instagram or a Pinterest ad or like a blog ad or, what was I going to say? What is it called? Not Pinterest, but it starts with a B. I can't think of what it's called, but it's a search engine. There's a lot of different places like with paid ad, even like Google ads. There's so many different places, YouTube ads. So like people think that you have to spend, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars when you could potentially spend $25. My first Facebook ad I ever created was $25 and I made $1,500 from that specific ad. So I think a lot of people think that you need all this money in order to market yourself, when really you can market yourself for free and then market yourself on a budget until you have like a bigger budget.
Now, what about for the people who, you know, are on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram? There's like, I don't have a lot of followers. You know, how, you know, do I reach people more? Is that where the ads come in? Is that, you know, how do they grow their following to be able to, you know, bring in a bigger crowd?
It's funny too, because that's the topic for my membership this week is social media growth. Everyone wants to know that. How do you go viral? Like, how do you get followers? How do you reach more people? Personally, I reached more people when I started being consistent and actually like putting myself out there. So like a lot of times when you're creating content, I feel like people will force things. It's like you just want content. So you're just forcing it. But like, when I started being myself, I started posting consistently every day on my Instagram with engaging captions and hashtags. People think hashtags don't work, but I actually get a lot of clients from hashtags, and like high paying clients, like not just like, you know, a course. I'm not saying that courses aren't sales, but they are. But I'm saying like people who book me for web design or book me for services or book me for coaching calls or social media management. When you have hashtags, like I've had, there's a person out here in Orlando who does like catering and like meal prep and all that stuff. And it's amazing food. They actually reached out to me and we met up, and he told me he found me from hashtags. And I'm like, hashtags? He's like, yeah. And then one of my coaching calls last week, she's like, I found you from hashtags. So like hashtags not only bring growth, those people followed me, but they also booked me. So like I'm growing my business and my following at the same time. So you just have to be really, really consistent. And it definitely depends on what platform you're talking about. Cause like if we talk about Facebook, posting statuses on Facebook aren't necessarily going to get you in front of other people because Facebook isn't like Twitter. Like everybody's not going to just like retweet it or share it and then all their followers see you. So Facebook, you kind of have to like share into groups, kind of get more active in groups and like actually go live, share those lives into groups, find people who are similar to you. So the way that you find friends on Facebook is going into the groups, people who are in that group and have a similar mindset as you, and then you guys connect. So Twitter is a different ball game. Like going viral on Twitter is like, I feel like it's hit or miss for some people. I feel like we kind of figured out what our audience likes, but a lot of people, they try to just post like, I don't want to say like for clout, but just like they try to make it, like they try to go viral. And it's kind of like people can kind of tell that you're trying to go. But if you're like actually, you know, consistently posting like value, you're posting tips. Like I have a client right now that she has Bad Girl Finance, I think is what it is on Twitter.
Yes, I know. Yep, I know what it is.
Actually. So that's actually one of my coaching clients. And she made that page specifically just to share value. Like her face isn't on it and it's nothing but just like finance tips. She shares like people who are doing any marketing, like that influencer Patricia Bright that she posted. That's another thing. Like a lot of people feel like you have to post yourself, but you can post other people and get that growth off of that. Like for
Yes.
instance, like Moon Cosmetics, is that her name?
Yes.
Like a million.
Yeah.
Now imagine like if I posted that video that she posted of like her and her million, if I just like kind of posted a video of that on mine and say like, oh, look at this entrepreneur, like I aspire to be just like her. Comment if you want to be like her too. Just like comment like a number 5, or like comment a thumbs up, or comment a bag emoji, like a money emoji. And it's like now you got 500 comments of people you didn't even realize was following you, but it's like they're engaging with you now because you're posting what they want to see. So it's like an 80-20 rule. You got to post 80% of what you want, but you still got to post 20% of what they want so that you can keep their attention, like your audience's attention. So that's kind of what I've been doing on Twitter. Is like, even with her video, I actually went viral because of her video. I quoted.
Me too.
Yeah, like I quoted it. You got to quote it. See, yes, that's like trick. Like when they quoted, you got to quote it and be like, you can do this too. Like everybody can do this. Like, and then you also congratulate them. And then like, underneath that, I would start a thread of like marketing tips. I'll be like, reach out to influencers, because that's what she did. She just reached out to influencers with like millions of followers, and they post like videos on their Instagram, and then their followers go and follow her. So that's pretty much what happened. So I was like, underneath it, I put like, go follow, or like, you need to book people like Ari and Jada Cheeves and Arrogant Tay and Dream Doll. And like, I was just basically putting all her brand ambassadors out there low key. Like I didn't mean to, but like, if you're on the internet, you know. So yeah, like just quoting her. Or like this one girl had posted a picture of like her thumb, just like her thumb. And it was just like, it looked so nice, and like the color. And it was like, I knew women were going to go crazy. And I quoted it, and I was like, look how this girl goes viral just from posting a thumb. And I was like, if she can sit here and post a thumb and get 1 million views, then you can get up every day and post for your brand. So I kind of like branch off of other people's viral posts sometimes.
Yeah. And which is smart, because people want to see results and success, and seeing other people and different people was like, okay, you know what, I can do this. Because you might see one person one day and like, all right, that's great. And you see a second person, then one that third or fourth person, you're like, all right, you know what, man, all of these people.
Okay, hold up. Yeah.
You know what, maybe it's time for me to start doing it. And that's one thing that I've done for people is I will retweet them, you know, when they say, hey, thank you for helping me start the vending machine business. Initially, I would just comment it like, hey, man, you know, no problem. Then I realized I need to start quote tweeting these and retweeting them and posting them so that other people can see. Like when I went viral, I went from 90 followers to 12,000, and then from 12,000, I'm at, you know, over 19,000, because I'm constantly, you know, putting out, you know, good content. People ask me, how do I grow my following? And it's like, honestly, I don't do anything other than post good content. Sometimes I post my, you know, personal opinions that sometimes make me go viral because people either love it or don't love it. And then a lot of times, you know, I just keep posting content that people, you know, look for. Like, and I know you know, probably can attest to this and go more in detail about not getting tired of posting, you know, yourself, you know, because when I started posting things on my online stuff, it was like, man, I don't post it twice a day, man. Maybe I should just chill, or, you know what, people probably gonna get tired of it. What it's like, no, you know what, one person a day might see that and might go in and purchase something from you.
Absolutely. I tweeted, what was it? I literally was like, okay, I want to promote my membership, but I really don't know what to say right now. Like, I'm out of planned content. I don't want to force it. And I actually just tweeted a question. I was like, would you guys like subscribe to a monthly membership with like Zoom meetings from me every week? And then everyone was just like, yes. And like every person who said yes, I just DM them the link and then they enrolled. So it's like, sometimes you just gotta like, just be organic with it. Like sometimes it's not always about like, how can I promote myself? How can I market myself? It's like, just talk. Like sometimes just talk to your audience. They're people just like you. Like sometimes they just want to talk, and it's hard to like not get tired of yourself. Like even right now, like I feel like I say the same thing over and over and over. And like, I feel like all I do is repeat myself, but I'm talking to people who haven't heard this yet. Like, your audience hasn't heard me talk about it. They don't know who I am. Like, so like I'm talking to a whole new set of ears right now. So you have to keep that in your mind. Like you said, that one person that saw that tweet or saw that Instagram post or saw you post in that Facebook group or saw your YouTube video. That's another thing is YouTube. YouTube is tricky because the titles, you have to have those good titles. You need to use kind of like vidIQ or YouTube Buddy and figure out like the winning titles, the winning description, and like the winning thumbnail. So it's really about consistency more than anything, because the more consistent you are, the more you learn. Really, you got to put your work in every single day.
And something you said that was very, very interesting on Twitter, and I remember you getting into a little back and forth.
Okay.
But something that you said that was interesting, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because I got a DM at 4 a.m. Because now I make websites, and primarily, like, I can make websites for whoever. That's what my company now can do. But mostly people been coming for vending machine. But a woman DM'd me, said, "Hey, I'm on OnlyFans. I make this amount of money, and they take this amount from me. Can you make a website for me to where I don't have to do that?" And I was like, you know what? Crystal just talked about people on their OnlyFans, instead of paying for, paying these fees to be on there, create your own platform. And I'm like, she was on to something. You on to something, because immediately that somebody contacted me. Now, can you explain how important that is?
Well, what's funny is I actually got tagged in an article like 3 days later about some OnlyFans top creator who was making all this money, and then they just suspended her account and she doesn't know why. So that right there kind of proved exactly what I was trying to say. I'm not knocking anyone, because a lot of sex workers were dragging me. I had to mute that tweet because they were getting me out of character, and I started arguing back. And I'm like, listen, you're not understanding. I'm not downing you. I'm telling you to build your own brand. If you're going to be a sex worker, then be a sex worker. There's millionaires that are porn stars. That has nothing to do with me. I'm just telling you, stop giving them 20%. That is insane. Like, I can understand a processing, fee of 3% or 2.2 or 1.2, but 20%, that is crazy.
It was really, because, she was bringing in $2,400 a month from her OnlyFans subscriptions, but she was only bringing home $1,800 after they take their cut and stuff like that. And how long it takes for her to get her money, it takes 3 or 4 days for it to even come to her account when it's time for her to cash out. And I'm like, man, we can create that, and you make a one-time fee, and now you're making all of this money. You can get your money, whenever you want. I'm like, Mrs. Perkins was on to something.
It's the same thing with my monthly subscription. I charge $15 a month, and you get access to all of the content in the subscription. There's replays of my Zoom. There's, all of these different lessons about everything you can think of under the sun, from vendors to fixing your credit to marketing your business, branding, everything. And every month they automatically get charged. Like, I don't have to go in and do anything. Your card gets automatically charged. If your card doesn't go through, you lose access to the content. If your card goes through, you have access for another 30 days. Like, you can create an OnlyFans on a website. You don't have to pay them 20%. You need to create your own brand and create your own online presence. Because I have a lot of students that do that, like clients that do that. I don't put that out there because client confidentiality, but I do have a lot that want, they have OnlyFans. I even had one who created a Shopify, and she was selling sex toys, and it's possible. It's not, you know what I mean? And people think that I'm judging when I have clients who do it. I'm like, and I'm not going to come on Twitter and say that, because that's my client. I'm not going to out my client, but it's funny because you can really build your own brand around that. If that's what you want to do, you can build an Instagram. You can post pretty much anything on Instagram at this point. You can even do I've seen people doing a close friends, where they add you to their close friends, but you have to pay a certain amount every month, and then their close friends is kind of like their only fans. But my thing is, I just want people to get away from using other people's platforms. Like, why are you using their app or don't use Instagram? Just like Instagram goes down for us all the time. Like, you never know what's going to happen. Look at Snapchat. Snapchat doesn't even get used anymore. So it's like, you never know when whatever app you're using or whatever platform you're using is going to lose its value, and you're no longer going to be able to use that. So I always, even with influencers, I say the same thing with influencers who are on YouTube or Instagram. You need to branch out and build your own brand, get your logo, get your website, get your own, so that if they take that, you still have your email list where you can be like, hey guys, my Instagram got deleted. This is my new page. Send out a broadcast to everybody on your email list. Like that works. Like, it's not like marketing and branding is not just for businesses, and it's for influencers. It's for sex workers. It's for whoever is going to put themselves on the internet. Just own what you put out there. Like, don't let another app take what you're earning. And that's what I was trying to say on Twitter, but apparently I'm the bad guy.
and that's how it's going to be. People, and like you said, then you end up getting tagged in a few days later, and then that's what it is. The person, you're going to take that hit initially, and then people are going to say, she was right. She was right. Because I debated with someone who said something to me about something I need to do. And no, like, what are you talking about?
You can't tell
and then
me.
like 2 weeks later, I'm like, you know what? And I had to hit up and let her know, like, no, you was right. I do need to do this, and that's natural progression. Because people don't know, people don't know, and that's why it's important for you to keep on saying the things that you say, because more people will see it. It's not everybody. If you have 10,000 followers, all 10,000 people are not seeing your message that day. So you have to keep on doing it, keep on being consistent so that they can see you. So that's something, like I said, that I've learned from you. So just to kind of wrap up, the podcast, when someone signs up for your, coaching program, what are they going to get?
So at first, when you sign up, we will send you the schedule so that you can book me for your first call. And then when you book the call, you're going to kind of put in there like your topic and what you really want to discuss on our first call. And then the first call, we kind of go over like who you are, your business, your background, what you've done versus like what you want to do, how much you make now versus how much you want to make. And then that's when I kind of set up what I'm going to do for you over the next few weeks. So you get weekly coaching calls with me. You get access to my business line, which you can text me on, send me screenshots. I have a client right now sending me screenshots of like her Facebook ads and taking the picture, like, why is this happening? So it's kind of just like one-on-one. You don't have to email me or DM me. You get like that one-on-one access. And then we do Zoom calls like this. So I can see your screen. You can see my screen. We do them once a week. It's normally an hour. Sometimes it can go over. Like if you wanted to do like more than an hour, you just have to let me know so that I can block off the rest of my day. But it's just pretty much one-on-one coaching from me. There's different levels. There's people who come in and they have no idea what they want to do, where they want to start. And then once I kind of pick their brain and figure it out, make my notes, I figure it out for them. And then we have people who come in and they already have everything down packed. All they need is Facebook ads. They're like, I got my business, I got my branding, I got my brand ambassadors, I got everything. I just need to learn the marketing aspect. So they got the branding and they need the marketing. So it's really, there's different levels, and it's just really one-on-one mentorship for me. Every single person is different. So that's why it's more like one-on-one. I kind of figure out what you guys need. And then it's normally, I have a 4-week, an 8-week, and a 12-week. So it's all about like how much you need me and what you need from me. But yeah, it's just one-on-one, pretty much everything you need. I am your business coach for the next few weeks or the next few months, whichever one you pick.
All right. And so how many courses do you currently have?
I believe I have 12. I might have more now, but the last time I checked, I had 12.
12 courses.
Mm-hmm.
Can you think of, off the top, just in case someone is interested in, getting 1 or 2 or 3 courses, because I've enrolled in one. I think it was very straightforward. I mean, it was good, honestly. Like, I walked away from like, oh, I know how to drop ship on eBay now.
Yeah.
So what all courses do you offer?
So I have the eBay course that you took, and then we also offer the Create My eBay service. Then I have the Shopify course where I show you how to set up your Shopify, because Shopify is a little different than most websites. So they have like collections, your footer menu, all that stuff. So I break down like how to set up your Shopify and what makes a good Shopify. Then we also offer the service. We'll just create it for you. If you don't feel like doing it, we'll just do it for you. And then those services also come with the course. That's why I'm mentioning them, because they usually come with the course. That way you know how to run what we created for you. And then I have the intro to drop shipping, my advanced drop shipping. I have my start your t-shirt business. I have my Instagram ads, the credit course. Oh my God, I have a lot of courses. What's another one?
Facebook ads.
Yeah, I have a lot. I'm trying to think. And then I have my ebooks and all that too. So what else do I have? I think that's all of the courses. Oh, and my marketing membership. That's a course too. It's technically a course. So yeah, I have a lot. I know I'm missing a few, but there's a lot in there.
And like you said, with some of your courses, you can set up some of their accounts if they don't want to do it. You guys can set them up and put them in on the right path, so they can kind of get started with whatever they're trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm. And we also create your ads too, your Facebook ads. If you don't want to do it yourself, we'll go in and do it for you. And then we'll do like a Zoom call to show you kind of like what we did so that you can run it yourself. And then we also help you, go in and figure out like what's working, what's not working, and all of that too. So we have it to where, because a lot of people like to do it themselves. And then there's other people who are like, can you just do it for me? And I got that message so many times of like, can you just do it for me? Can you just do it? And I was like, you know what? Sure. Like, why not? Like,
I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of them people, because I'm like, I got a lot of stuff that I'm doing. I'm interested in this, so let me just take this version of the course. So yeah, definitely is. So like I told you before, I appreciate all your help. I know I speak for a lot of us who say that the things that you're doing has really helped a lot of us grow, expand our business, learn a lot about just online marketing, online sales, period. You're doing a great job. I look forward to doing some work with you in the future. I know I want to do some coaching stuff with you because I'm a big fan of what you're doing. So I definitely want you to keep up the good work. I appreciate you for coming on the podcast. Before we go, can you let everyone know where they can follow you or find you?
So my first name, Crystal, is spelled a little different. So it's Kristole Perkins. So first name, last name on literally every social media. I made sure to do that. So you can follow me on Instagram above everything, because I go live Monday through Friday with different topics and answer you guys' questions. Follow me on Twitter if you want to see some business tips and a little bit of, personal. Facebook, make sure you go ahead and follow me on there. Thumbs up my Facebook page. Let's try to get me to 10,000 likes.
I'm on there.
Yes, thank you. And then YouTube as well. Lots of value on my YouTube, guys. Just put Crystal Perkins eBay or Crystal Perkins branding, Crystal Perkins anything. I've got, I think, like 90 videos now. So go over there, have a ball, watch everything, and make sure you thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. So yeah, Crystal Perkins on everything, you guys. Make sure you follow me.
All right, man. So again, I want to thank you for being a guest on the podcast. Look forward to doing some work with you in the future. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Yes, thank you. You too. And thank you for having me. I look forward to having you on my podcast. Yo, I'm going to throw it in there. I'm holding you accountable.
Listen, I look forward to it. It's always a pleasure.
Yes.
All right. So I'll talk to you later.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
All right. No problem.